We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas
and a Happy
New Year.
Hey, church family. So here's our attempt at a pastoral word of joy, encouragement on the Sunday in between Christmas and New Year. And I'm thinking of Psalm 34 that says, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise will always be on my lips. I will boast in the Lord, and the humble will hear it and be glad. Would you come and proclaim the Lord's greatness with me? Let's exalt his name together. Taste and see that the Lord is good. If there is one word that I hope this day represents for you, for your family, for your household, whether you're by yourself or with a bunch of people, it's just the word grace. That God's love towards you has nothing to do with what you do or don't do or your circumstances, that he's just so delighting in you and in yours today. And I hope that that's the sense that you're carrying. So one thing that's fascinating about this time of year is in the church calendar, you come out of the season of Advent and into the season of Christmas time, which is a 12-day feast and celebration. And I don't know how well we do at 12 days end on end of celebration and feasting, but this is the time of year that calls for that. Advent is a season of longing and waiting, and Christmas time is 12 days of feasting and celebrating Christ. Is all.
Is it where the 12 days of Christmas come from?
It's where the 12 days of Christmas come from. The song doesn't do the season justice.
Has nothing to do with birds?
I mean, a little bit to do with birds. Not entirely, though.
Okay.
So these days of celebrating aren't always that for everybody circumstantially. Who knows what you or your loved ones might be facing this holiday season. But nevertheless, the invitation is to break our season of fasting and mourning and waiting and enter into a season of joy and celebration to receive the grace of God, to taste and to see that the Lord is good. So church family, happy Christmas time. And we wanted to let you know where we ended this last year and where we're going at the start of the new year.
Yeah, guys, we had so much fun at the Generations Gala. I don't know if you got a chance to either be there or talk to someone who was there. As far as like a first pancake goes, it was fantastic. We had about 100 people show up. We had a lot of fun, really good food. There was joy, there was worship, there was celebration, there was dancing. It was a wonder and a joy to be there together.
Yeah.
And if you remember, we had set a goal. We set a goal of about $150,000 to raise through the Generations Fund, and the Generations Gala is there to help support that. And right now we're at about $50,000 of that goal, which I want to pause for a minute and say, guys, we're at $50,000.
It's a big deal.
That's a big deal, right? There's $50,000 worth of ministry that is coming that God is enabling us to do. So I want to celebrate even that and also say that we're a third of the way there. There's still time to give. There's still ways to give. If the Lord is inviting you into sacrificial, joyful, radical generosity in this season, there's still a need. And so we'd love for you to consider still giving towards that fund. We're going to keep it open through at least the middle of January. And as the Lord leads, give as you are able to, not as you can't. Give joyfully and sacrificially, not begrudgingly or because your pastor said so.
Yeah. So the joy of the gala, the opportunity of the fund, that's the theme we want to carry into the new year, continuing on in joyful generosity, sacrificial generosity. And as we look ahead to this coming Sunday, January the 4th, we're doing what is our typical rhythm as a church, which is Testify Sunday. And so what we've done this year is invite you to think ahead and write out your story, send it in, submit it, because that's helpful in two ways. Number one, we'd love to know how to plan our service around some of the testimonies that will be present, to see if there's any themes ahead of time. It's totally fine if we discover the theme in the morning. But if we can, we'd love to sense to see if God's heart is on display even ahead of the Sunday so we can respond to it. But then also, man, it just helps you get clear on what God has done. And I think it's a helpful exercise here at the end of the year, whether you're planning on sharing a story or not, just to write down and reflect on all that God has done over the last year in your life.
Yeah, one of my favorite practices is to start the new year by looking through my photo reel of the past year and just see all the ways that God has blessed, all the ways that God has moved, the things that He has done. It's a joy. It's always a joy. And writing down, this is what I saw God working in my life. So if you were to do that exercise, if God sparks something in you that is for the church, we'd love to hear it. Yeah.
So write it down, submit it through the testimony link. We'll make sure that there's a link that's available along with this video in case you misplaced it, to write up those thoughts and send them in and share them. Maybe even share them on Sunday the 4th with the church. And so again, here's Psalm 34. Proclaim the Lord's greatness with me. Let's exalt His name together. That's how we want to start the year together, declaring the greatness of the Lord, even if we're still in the middle of our stories. Not all of them have a nice bow on them, a beginning, middle, and end. That's not the point. The point is to testify to the goodness and the greatness of God, even in the midst of circumstances that aren't quite finished yet. So come January the 4th, Testify Sunday. Remember the Generations Fund is still available. And all of following Jesus is a response to the grace of God. So make room, whatever it takes in your day today and in your year this year, to be open and poised to receive just an outpouring, a fresh outpouring of the grace of God in your life and in the lives of those you love and do life with.
Yeah, church, we love you. We bless you as you go into the new year. We're excited for all that God has in store in 2026.
Yeah. Grace and peace.